Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to talk about 4 different topics. We are first going to be talking about Antoine Griezmann and his update on his fitness. Then we are going to be talking about Dembele. The next topic that we are going to be talking about is about Gustavo Maia, and the last topic will be about Lautaro Martinez. So we do have a lot to discuss, and we are first going to start with Antoine Griezmann. So it is official that the tests performed this morning have shown that Griezmann has a muscle injury in the quadriceps on the right leg. It is low, and the evolution of the recovery will mark his availability. Then Javi Miguel continued to say, Griezmann has said goodbye to La Liga season. He will be out for at least 3 to 4 weeks. Then Sergi Sole added from Mundo Deportivo, the goal now is to have Griezmann perfectly recovered for the 8th of August, the day Barcelona face Napoli. He will miss the last 2 league matches. So with Griezmann being out for 3 to 4 weeks approximately, right? I think that with Griezmann not playing against Osasuna and Alaves, those are not going to be one of the hardest games Barcelona is going to play this year. Is it going to be tough? Yes, but it's not going to be the hardest matches. So having Griezmann not participate in those 2 matches is not the biggest loss Barcelona is going to take. But let's just say, worst case scenario, that Griezmann is going to be out for 4 weeks. 7 days later, after those 4 weeks, Barcelona will play their first match in the UCL against Napoli. And one of my biggest concerns is this, is that let's say Griezmann does stay out for 4 weeks and he has 7 days to be fit for that UCL match. Like, is that enough time for Griezmann to get to top level fitness, get into the tempo of the game? And the other question is, should Griezmann be forced into a UCL match after 4 weeks of no football? So that's one problem, right? The other problem is, there is one thing that's really starting to worry me, that I think that it is something that we need to address and to discuss. So here's the thing, Griezmann has had 2 injuries in his football career, and let's take away this injury that he has had under FC Barcelona. He has had 2 injuries. One was a slight knock in the 2016-17 season, and he was out for 4 days. In the 2017-2018 season, he had another knock and he was out for 9 days. And this is what really gets me worried, right? Is that Griezmann under FC Barcelona experienced his first injury within 10 months. And not only that, but this is his first injury since 2017. And now that he has this injury with FC Barcelona, he's not going to be out for 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. He's going to be out for a total of 4 weeks. And so this is only telling me one thing, is that could there actually be a real problem in the Barcelona medical team? Like, I know that we do address this and talk about this all the time, saying that the medical team is not good enough to be able to handle Griezmann, Messi, Suarez, Dembele, and many other players in Barcelona, right? But what if this is just bigger than Antoine Griezmann? Like, what does this mean for the other players? Because we have heard that De Jong did skip this medical team and went to Ajax. We have also heard that Dembele had to go to Qatar to advance his medical treatments or something like that. And then we also have Umtiti, who has been injured like 3 to 4 times every season, and same goes for Dembele. What if they were never injury prone in the first place? And now that we are seeing Griezmann getting this injury and him being out for this amount of time, I think that it is safe to say that there's something really serious going on in this medical team that needs to be addressed. And with time, the more and more we do see that this medical team and staff has a problem, and that is something that Bartomeu needs to take care of. But besides that, Griezmann is going to be out for the next 2 league games, which means that he's not going to participate in this league season anymore. And let's hope that Griezmann does come back in time for the UCL campaign. Now moving on to the next topic of the day, and we are going to be talking about Dembele. So it says here, according to Sport Bild, Barcelona will have to pay 20 million to Dortmund if they sell Dembele this summer. And the reason why I wanted to bring this report in is because when we are talking about Dembele, right, and when we are talking about Dembele being sold from FC Barcelona, we would think that we are going to get a lot of funds, a lot of cash, a good amount of money where we can say that we can use this money in order to bring this player in. But now seeing this report and seeing that there is a clause when it comes to selling Dembele, this is something that also really needs to be talked about. Because let's say best case scenario, we sell Dembele for 70 million euros in today's transfer market. That would mean that Barcelona is only going to get 50 million euros. And let's say worst case scenario, Barcelona sells Dembele for 50 million euros, or maybe even 40. Barcelona is going to get 30 to 20 million euros for a player like Dembele, meaning that we are going to get back 30 million euros after buying this player 3 years ago at 120 million euros. Just imagine that type of business Barcelona is doing right now. And because of that ridiculous clause, that really gives us and puts us in a situation where we do have to question, like, should we really sell Dembele right now in this summer? And keep in mind, Dembele still has 2 more seasons left. So let's say that we do keep him for 1 more season. That would also mean that we are going to continue to have to pay his high demanding wages. And let's say that he does get injured again in the next season. That means that we're going to have to sell him by next summer in 2021, because if we continue to keep him, then we're going to end up selling him for free. So it's a huge gamble. The only real return of investment I can see from Dembele is if Dembele comes back from this injury in August and continues to outperform, scores the goals, gives the assist. But then again, that's a huge gamble, because just imagine you were injured for 2 to 3 times every season, then come back and score all these goals and assists. It's a high risk, high reward type thing, but who knows? The one thing that we do know is this, is that there is no club right now that would want to give in 70 to 60 million euros for Dembele. And just maybe we might be able to find a buyer that would pay 50 million euros for this player. And with that being said, Barcelona is only going to get 30 million euros. I have no idea why Barcelona agreed with these type of terms and why they agreed to have this clause in this contract to be paying 20 million euros towards Dortmund if Barcelona sell Dembele, but it is what it is. That is where we're at the moment. Let's just hope that the biggest return we could get is by Dembele coming back and him making a big statement at FC Barcelona. And besides bringing in the players that we want to bring in this summer, the one thing that I really do want to see change in this summer is for Bartomeu give a massive overhaul towards his medical team, like order new staff, because what's happening right now in this medical team is the reason why Barcelona is struggling at the moment. Now moving on to the next topic of the day, and we are going to talk about Gustavo Maia. And I do have some slight updates about this player, and if you guys don't know who Gustavo Maia is, I know that there's new people coming in every day, so I'm going to keep reminding you guys on who this player is. He is a Brazilian striker who is 19 years old and does play for Sao Paulo B in Brazil. He has been scouted and looked at by FC Barcelona for over the past few months. So this is not a look and then buy this player. This is more of a, we have researched this player for like about 10 to 12 months, and I think that this player will be a good fit for Barcelona. That's the type of transfer this is going to be. And so Barcelona is going to pull the trigger. They are going to bring this player in, and it says here, according to Miguel Rico, Barcelona have decided to sign Gustavo Maia. They will pay 1 million euros to Sao Paulo before July 15th, which is about 3 days from now, and will also negotiate the installments of another 3.5 million euros. And if you guys are wondering, what does that mean by installments? So let's just say this is, for example, I don't know the exact length and term of this installment plan, but let's just say that it's 12 months. If you divide 3.5 million euros in 12 months, Barcelona is going to be paying Sao Paulo $290,000 every month. And for some odd reason, I have no idea why Barcelona don't want to pay the 3.5 million upfront. Maybe that's just what Barcelona's accounts are looking like. Maybe they don't want to spend any money at all in this summer, unless it's going to be for the Lautaro Martinez operation or the Neymar operation. We never know. I don't know, but that's what I'm assuming. And as for Gustavo Maia, we should expect to see him in Barcelona B and really be tested in that team to see what he can do at top level football. And hopefully, if he does well, he might enter into the first team, and he will be in good hands, because we have seen Garcia Pimienta renew his contract with FC Barcelona to continue to be Barcelona's B coach for at least 1 more year. So let's hope that Pimienta does work wonders with Gustavo Maia and have him equipped and ready to be in that first team. And so Gustavo Maia, we will be waiting for you. Now moving on to the last topic of the day, and we are going to be talking about Lautaro Martinez. So it says here, according to Moises Llorens from ESPN, Barcelona have agreed on personal terms with Lautaro Martinez for the Inter Milan striker to join the club next season, but the signing could depend on selling Felipe Coutinho, sources have told ESPN. And so right now, what we know at the moment is that Barcelona do favor on inserting a player in this operation in order to lower that price tag, because right now Barcelona do not have 111 million euros to give to Inter Milan. And right now, what Inter Milan does want from Barcelona is only cash. Like, they are not interested in any player from Barcelona. They're saying to Barcelona, like, hey, we want 111 million euros. We don't want you guys to give us a player. We are good. We can find our own players. We only want cash. And so right now, the idea for Barcelona is to bring this player only based off sales, because like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, Barcelona do not have 111 million euros right now. As soon as that transfer window does open, Barcelona is going to be letting go of so many players in order to bring this player in. Do I agree with that idea? No, I don't, but that is what Barcelona is going to do. So all of the eyes are going to be set on Felipe Coutinho, especially on Barcelona's board members. They are going to be looking at Coutinho and what he wants to do, because he is going to be the key to bring these funds in and unlock the Martinez operation. And many of you guys have been stating that why doesn't Coutinho just stay at Barcelona? He'll be a great fit. Maybe he could work well under Quique Setién. And so look, when we are talking about this player, I think that there is more pros than cons. I think that yes, Coutinho can provide a lot of value on the pitch for FC Barcelona, but the cons do outweigh the pros. And I'm saying that for 3 reasons, right? 1, if Coutinho plays 10 or 15 more games with FC Barcelona, which could be completed in the next season, Barcelona is going to have to pay Liverpool 20 million euros towards that club. And that's the last thing Barcelona want to do. That is the last thing that we want to happen. And the other thing is that Coutinho does have high wages that Barcelona is going to have to pay. And that is something that Barcelona also do not want to do. And the last thing is that this player, Felipe Coutinho, is simply just not interested in playing with FC Barcelona anymore. He has made it clear and he has stated it before that he does not want to go back and he'd rather just go to a team in the EPL. Then it says here, according to Moises Llorens, we have Coutinho's agent Kai, who has said that his client would like to return to the Premier League one day, with sources close to the player confirming there is interest in England, even if there have been no firm bids so far. And I think that that is where he's going to go. And so right now, what is Barcelona's squad looking like? Like, where can they find those funds to bring in Lautaro Martinez if for some reason Coutinho gets sold for 20 million or they don't sell him at all? So they also have many other players up for sale that are going to be going out in this summer, like Semedo, Rakitic. Both of those players will be listening to offers to leave FC Barcelona. And we have also heard on some rumors about Dembele being pushed away from FC Barcelona, so we don't know what's going to happen to him. But one thing is for sure is that there's going to be no conclusion on Coutinho leaving Bayern and knowing where he's going to go until Bayern's campaign in the UCL is going to be over. So it's going to be over maybe on August 14th. And then we have Moises Llorens continue to say that Lautaro's signing depends on a big sale by Barcelona before October 4th. And if you guys are wondering what's that October 4th date for, why is that being stated there, is because that is the deadline Inter have granted to FC Barcelona, that Lautaro Martinez will be worth 111 million euros. After that date, Inter Milan can ask for whatever they want. They can say 120, 150, 180 for this player, but Inter Milan and Barcelona do have a great relationship business wise, and that is why they're going to grant Barcelona that extended date. And that also means that Barcelona is going to have to make a big sale before October 4th. So they do have about 2 to 3 months, and I'm sure that Barcelona is going to be able to do that. We just don't know who it's going to be, but we will be talking about that in this YouTube channel. So if you guys are Barcelona fans and you guys are big Lautaro Martinez fans, subscribe to this channel, like, comment. That'll be it for today's Barcelona daily news, and that is it for today's updates on Gustavo Maia, Dembele, and Antoine Griezmann. So again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.